Okay.
Hmm.
Am I visible now?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So you can tell me when I can start.
Ji ma'am, right now we can stop sharing and we will have two sharings today. So we will call you.
So when do I share? After the first speaker?
Ji Didi, Ji.
So am I expected around 12:45, 1 o'clock?
Ji, 12:30 you will start, right? So now only yours is the first one and then Charan sir will be there.
Okay.
Yes. Manishi Didi, can we start?
Yes, sure, Nidhi.
Okay.
You can, yes.
So I need to share the screen again.
Just for a moment, Didi.
Okay.
Yes. So, namaste and very good afternoon to all of you. We welcome you all for this sharing session, followed by panel discussion and keynote session, which we have this morning. The purpose of sharing session is, as we are on this third day and we were talking about the implementation of this value-based courses and value courses, now here we are with two institutional sharings so that we can see how at institutional level this course can work well. And to have so, we have session chairs with us. Let me introduce our first session chair today. Uh, Noila Dias ma'am is there with us. Has done her MA in counseling and MA from Mumbai University. She has also completed her diploma in counseling from St. Anselm Institute, UK. She is currently manager at College of Home Science, secretary at Nirmala Niketan Institute, which is BA B.Ed Institute, and she has got 20 years experience in teaching. She is also principal at Karuna Niketan Secondary School, Vaijapur, Aurangabad since last 12 years. So we are happy to hear you, ma'am, during the session. We welcome you to head this session today. We also have our second chairperson as Dr. Manishi Mishraji. Now, she has completed her PhD in education in 2002 from Raigad Regional Institute of Education, Ajmer. She is currently working as a professor at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. She is a member VE Cell and also a resource person to UHV workshops for AICT, which are conducted of duration 1 to 8 days for faculty, staff, and students, and as well as family workshops. We also would like to welcome our presenters today, Dr. Veena Bansal ma'am and Dr. Charan sir. Uh, we start with the session. Over to you, Manishi Didi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nidhi. Nicely introducing all of us. And I take this opportunity to warmly welcome once again the chairperson, Neola Dasji, all our distinguished speakers, participants, and attendees joining, from across the globe on Zoom and YouTube both. So it's my pleasure to see you all at this I consider it as the special segment of this ninth online international conference on universal human values in higher education. And here we are focusing on the very inspiring and the practical aspect of our theme, value-based education for a humane society. We will explore how institutions actively implementing universal human values in their educational practices. This session is dedicated to sharing the real life experiences and especially the best practices which highlight the transformative impact that value-based approaches can have on both educational institutions as well as individuals. So, over the past 2 days, we have explored the theoretical underpinnings of value-based education and the challenges in implementing and the potential for positive societal change. But in this session, again, we are going to dive deeper into the heart of the principles, the keynote sessions that we have heard by hearing the first-hand experiences from two of the institutions, those who are here for their presentations. And they have made it their mission to instill universal human values in themselves and their communities. So these stories will inspire us and also guide us to everyone who is looking to implement similar practices in our own educational environments. So how the session will unfold today? So we'll hear two institutional leaders and educators will share their unique experiences and success stories. So each presenter, each institution will get the time of around 30 minutes to put their journey and 10 minutes for question and answer, means having 40 minutes for overall presentation. So I think let me first introduce the very first speaker of today's session. So first speaker with us is Dr. Veena Bansal. She is an associate professor and she did her doctorate from IIT Kanpur, MS from University of Connecticut, USA. She did her BE from MNREC, University of Allahabad. She has also authored two books which are published by, I think, the two esteemed publishers. So today she is going to present her presentation on UHV course and its teaching pedagogy at IIT Kanpur. So ma'am, welcome you once again, and we are pretty keen to know about your journey. How come you have brought the kind of transformation that we all are looking for? Over to you, ma'am. You can share your presentation now, I think.
Yes, thank you so much for your kind words and introduction. I'm doing this with the notes. Once. Is my presentation visible? No,
No, your presentation isn't visible. Rather, the lobby is
visible.
it's open. So you can go to the share.
Just give me.
And from there, you can select the slide that you want to
Okay.
put it on the screen.
Okay, is it visible now?
Not
No?
yet, but
Not
yes,
yet.
we are
Okay.
waiting.
Now?
No,
it was
we are still
visible
waiting.
a minute ago. What happened to it? Okay. Should be visible now. Yes.
Yeah, now it's
Yes.
visible, but
Yes,
just
yes,
make
yes.
it full screen.
Yeah, yes. Right. Okay. I'm telling you this. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you have to live with this because it will be full screen. So okay, we'll have to live with this, what you see right now on the screen. Okay, so welcome to this session, and I'm very excited and honored to be sharing my journey with you. So I first time offered this course in the summer of 2023. Okay. Oh no, too much is happening. Space.
Is there any problem that can be handled by our
Okay, no,
tech team, or they can guide you in any way, please?
if you have the presentation, then you can, I don't know what's happening. Oh, that's fine. It should not be happening. I can't seem to get the presentation. This one second.
Below there might be a window which is for full screen. Even if you touch that, that will make it a full screen
I
presentation.
know on that. This one is some other problem. Okay, can you see my presentation? Yes, that's good. Yes. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, presentation is.
Yes, okay. Now, and full screen. Now it is full screen. Yeah. Okay. So sorry for all these glitches. So I offered this course for the first time in the summer of 22-23. And, I have been requested to offer this course for last 10 years. And I wasn't ready. But finally, I offered it in the summer of 22-23. There were 76 students who finally registered. There were 63 UG students and 30 EG students. Dr. Kumar Gaurav sat through all my sessions, and he was co-instructor, so he helped me with discussion sessions, helped me bring clarity to what I was doing in the classes and afterwards. And Mr. Manoranjan, now he is Dr. Manoranjan, and Chandan Pandit were helping me. They were it's a full-time course, 40 hours, contact hours. So this is how I structured the course. Mid-semester exam, we have one mid-semester exam. I assigned 30% weightage to that. And semester exam 30%. And there was a project and there were some assignments and quizzes. Project had 30% weightage. So the exam had two components, part A and part B. Part A was MCQ and it was closed book. So students had to really know something to be able to answer it. And part B was subjective. And this was, you had to apply the concepts that you learned in the course and share a question or two later. So this is how the course was organized. And sessions were conducted as usually conducted by anybody who's conducting the workshop. So you have these presentations and you discuss each presentation, you entertain questions and, So one thing I had to really learn is not to go outside the topic that we are discussing. And that is something I realized is very, very important. So student will ask you a question and he'll get carried away and then you'll go all over the place. So that is something I learned you should not do. Okay. So you come back and you say, okay, let's hold on to that thought and we'll come back to it and discuss it in following sessions. All right. So what was interesting about this, running this course? I allowed students to consult the notes and books during the exam. And the idea was that students will not memorize what we are discussing in the class. They'll try to apply because there were no direct questions. There was application of what we learned in the class. Okay. So this is a Leo Tolstoy story. This is a story that I gave in the exam. So this is a story, I'm sure all of us are familiar with this story, that a man wanted to buy land and the landowner said that you start in the morning and come back to the same spot before sunset. And all the land that you travel, that will be circumference and you will get all the length. And price is fixed. Okay. So this man got very greedy and he could not, no, I should not say greedy. So the man could not return to the spot where he started. So I asked them to read this story and analyze this story from various angles. So I asked them to analyze the story based on beliefs, preconditioning, and natural acceptance. So the students, they immediately recognized that one, he was overestimating his strength of the body. Then more the better is the preconditioning. That is why he did not come back to the spot where he started, because needs have not been identified. So this is the kind of challenge, or this is the kind of objective I had when I designed these questions. Then I asked them to discuss the story in terms of coexistence of body and the self. So again, we are saying that body has what. So one can take so many different aspects of analyzing this story, but lot came out. Okay. Another question is, this is even more interesting. So I asked so this is a real incidence a doctor quoted to me, that there was a couple counseling session and this counselor asked couples to hold hands. And at the end of his discussion, he said, how many couples are still holding hands? And then he declared, if you are not holding hand of your partner, that means your relationship is in trouble. So this was again to point out that the feelings and the representation or presentation or expression of feelings are two different things. So a lot of students got, didn't see, and many students saw it, but when we discussed, it was exciting. It was like you get to see that the difference between the feelings and the expression of feelings, something that we mix up all the time. Okay. So here is another question that I said. I propose that labor is better than exercise. And to my surprise, students thought that labor simply means doing, building roads or buildings or doing construction work. The concept of labor from the society has actually disappeared, which is very alarming, and we need to do something about it. And this is for all of us. Take a note of it. So this is another question from the exam. And this is from the book of Sudhamurthy. She writes very simple stories, and they are based on her true experiences. So one lady is saying to the other lady that my daughter is quite useless. I want her to work somewhere, but I don't know who would employ her. So I asked students, what feeling is being expressed? And for the daughter, is this feeling naturally acceptable to you? Justify your answer. Rewrite this conversation to convey the information contained in the story, in the observations, in the conversation, and it should contain the same information, but with the right feeling. So a lot of students identified with this story, and they came back to me and they said that, it has happened to us so many times. Okay. So then the project component was the way we handled it. We asked the students to come up with the projects. They came up with a half-page proposal, just half-page. I restricted that you cannot even give me full sheet, give me half, so that you cannot write more than one. So if you write briefly, then you consolidate your thoughts. And then all of us, Chandan, Manuranjan, Gaurav, and me, we discussed with each group the proposal they had, and we helped them crystallize their project if it was too broad. And these are some of the projects that students finally did. And the findings were just amazing. Okay, so you can read some of the titles of the projects. Okay, so students really thought that hunger is first have to be dealt with and then right understanding. But when they went to the people, for example, they interviewed people in the dining hall, mess of the institute. And a lot of workers told them that they make enough money, but they are not able to make use of their money because they don't have right understanding and they drink and gamble and they don't have enough money for the family, even though they make enough money. And that students were really surprised that that is what it is. So we really need to work on developing right understanding first, and everything else will follow. There was another project that students did was about movies. You know, you look at movies like Drishyam was a very popular movie at that time, where everybody was wrong at some level or the other. But one wrong person had been made a hero into this movie. There was another movie called Dum Laga Ke Haisha, where there's one lady who was, fat. She's shown to be fat. And then it's like how difficult her life became just because she was overweight, according to standards of the society. So things like that, it was very interesting. And the way the presentations were handled, we did what is called poster presentation. So this is a photo from our poster presentation. So we gave one table to each group, and students had printed their presentations and put it on the desk. We turned the fan off, so no need to tape or anything. And each group, we went around, and students went around and looking at each project, discussing each project, and the kind of energy we had. You can see the faces of everybody here. This is end of the semester, and during the presentation, and everybody is just so happy and excited. So this is how the presentations happened. Then this is the feedback that I received from students, which really is finally, that tells you that you have been able to do something worthwhile during the semester. So one student said that every time they went into a meeting, they went with the feeling of opposition. And nothing ever got done. But after attending the course, their mindset changed. They told everybody that we need to focus on the solution and not on the problem. And he's saying that kind of feedback he gave, the kind of progress they have made, after he's started the course, is more than what they have been able to achieve in last 1 year. Another girl said that, she repaired her relationship with her best friend. One guy shared that he used to fight with his parents every time they talked. All that changed. One person said that he wanted unlimited money. After attending the course, he said, I just want to now get 1 billion rupees. So he said, okay, at least I have a goal now. Okay, so a lot of such feedback we received. One student said that I've been able to identify purpose of life. It is to live, with harmony, and that is everywhere. Harmony within family, society, and nature. And he was very happy. I mean, the kind of feelings he shared, he was very happy. Okay. Some students said that now they are able to have a meaningful conversation with their family beyond transactional conversation. So what I noticed that it is hard to keep students engaged. Attendance was a problem for me. Okay, sorry. Attendance was a problem. And students wanted more and more example. I don't know how to do that. Because when you talk about example, there's slight risk of going off track. Okay. What I realized that this concept of natural acceptance is very difficult for students to grasp because we are so preconditioned that it's so hard. So we need to work extra to make this concept clear to the students. Okay. I had a fantastic support network. Anytime I had a confusion, somebody or the other will respond, and Rajuji used to respond to my queries within minutes. And Gaurav, Ganesh, they all had tremendous support I received to be able to conduct this course. And video recordings of Ganeshji, that's a very valuable resource. Dr. Kumar Gaurav attended all my sessions and provided feedback. That was fantastic. And Manoranjan was true to his name, made all activities enjoyable. I have tremendous feeling of gratitude for all of them. On personal level, I mean, this I think is also very important, that my personal journey also progressed. So a lot of self-exploration happened, and I was able to repair a few relationships on the way. And one person, I just walked up to him and said, "Hello, how are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I've wronged you many times. I've hurt you so many times." And he started crying. And I could see that he's still focused on the impact of his actions on me. And he's still not looking at himself. But since I had been, discussing these things with students, and I've been doing self-exploration, so I made no further statement. I knew that, right now is not the right time. So that I think was for me, I felt very happy that I've been able to make that journey. Okay. Low attendance was a problem, but whoever identified with what we were doing in the classes and sessions, then the engagement was fantastic. But I don't know how to get that going. Okay. So I want to end with a interesting story. This comes from actually Buddha, but I draw a parallel. So my son used to ask me, "Can I go to IIT Gate?" And we live in a gated community where going to IIT Gate means lot of traffic, and I would always say no to him. One day he went and came back and said, "I went to the gate." So I said, "Okay, today you were actually ready." So it took me a long time. I came in the contact of Jeevan Vidya in 2008, and I offered this course in 2022. It took me that long to make that journey, to complete that journey, to be able to stand in the class and say that here I am sharing something with you. And I said to the students right in the beginning that, it's a journey for me also, for you also, and I'm here to facilitate that journey. I'm not claiming, and I'm nowhere close to having completed that journey. It has just begun. So it has been a very, very remarkable journey. So first time when I taught, I used to spend good amount of time, about 6 to 7 hours preparing for every 2-hour session. But second time when I taught, I felt as if I've been doing this forever. And I'm so ready to do it again. So I'm offering the same course for the third time starting in January 2025. So it has been a remarkable experience. for me, for students, and I think, yeah, that's it. So that's all I wanted to share, and I'll be happy to take any question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Veena Didi, for a very nice presentation and a very innovative approach and your commitment and dedication, even though the attendance is less and you kept on, continuing with the process and trying it again. It's marvelous. It's really, it is the teacher's spirit, which is expected from every one of us as a teachers.
Thank
Right.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But then I'll call for remarks from Neula Diaz Didi. So if she can, as a chair of this session, she can come out with her remarks, observations. Ji.
So congratulations, Veena ma'am, Veena
Thank you
Bansal
so
ma'am.
much.
And
Thank you so much.
it was really, I felt as if I'm journeying with you with all ups and downs and disappointments of your seeing the low profile of the students, less attendance, and but what was I felt what was the joy on your face was those who attended were very motivated. That was your
True.
very, that was the face, your face was delighted to tell us that those who attended were very motivated, and it was like I also was journeying with you with your with how you are motivating people and also changing the mindset that you quietly number of things you have changed, told that the family life relationship improved, the also the value of money is improved. Then also there was students started seeing the solution then rather than the problem. Sometimes students feel there is dead end, there is no solution, there is no there is a lot of frustration happens. So this was a very good effort you made to change the life of people and make these changes and improvement, like your own personal life also have changed. That is something marvelous. So congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Neula Didi, for your comments, for your remarks. Now I make it open for the attendees, for the participants, those who are there on Zoom as well as YouTube. If you have any observations, reflections, questions to Veena Didi, you can come up with your questions. You can raise your hand. Professor V.V. Rajput, I can see your hand raised. Ranganaji, yes.
Hello.
Yes, Professor Rajput.
Hello.
Ji, you are
Am I
audible.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah.
Namaste.
My observation is that administrators and managements are the major impediments in implication or implement of these programs, value-based education programs. Thus, I think there is a requirement of a program to change the mindset. I would like to know your views.
Okay, so I am kind of an introvert person in that sense. I would love to offer this course as a compulsory course for all the students, like we do HSS courses, humanities courses, or language courses. But I have not been able to do that yet, even though students are saying we should do that. And if I say I want to offer this course or the management should get involved, I think that's not happening, not in IIT. But what can happen is if I'm able to offer this course to the students, then the next generation at least will be ready.
Yeah, I agree with your point, madam. But my point was like when we implement something at the institution level, the permission or the consent of management and administration becomes an obligatory thing, and they become impediment, like they do not basically sometimes understand or they are reluctant. So that was my point.
See, in IIT, we don't really need much of permission from this
Okay,
person
okay.
or that person. So ours is a very, conducive environment. All I have to do is float this course, and then there's just one committee which approved the course, and there's another committee which said go ahead, and that's it. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
took me less than a month to get this course off the ground.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, in IIT, it is very simple. And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Thank
the, sole in charge. Nobody interferes how I teach, how I conduct exams, how
True,
I
true.
evaluate. It's
True,
really,
very true.
yeah. My
Good
Thank
job.
you.
afternoon.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste.
Good afternoon.
Thanks.
Good, af- good afternoon, madam. I am Ranganath.
Namaste. Good afternoon.
Yes, madam. I have been the UHV madam for the last 4 years. I have been serving UHV with all activities. I found that some institutions what in my research, but they are interested in doing all the credit subjects, madam. And I hope if you educate and enlighten them, the management, the principals, the administrators, they can give much importance for improving this UHV teaching. And how it is going on well, madam, in my college.
That's good.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
May I have the question from Professor H.D. Charan sir? Pranam sir.
Namaste,
We can
namaste.
interact with Veena ji. Namaste sir. Ji.
Namaste, namaste, Veena ji, namaste. I simply wanted to know that you are continuously taking such projects, or you have only
Yes.
few examples.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these projects were part of the course, and this was a 9-credit course. So I offered this course, and that is when students do projects, not others.
So this Manoranjan, and I remember because I have attended the workshop 8 days workshop at IIT Kanpur, where Manoranjan was one of the volunteers. So so that is almost 3-4 years back. Now still you are taking such projects. That's what I wanted to.
So that is what I'm telling you, sir, because I offered this course in the semester.
Every
And
semester.
these students, not every semester, every alternate semester.
Okay.
And that is when students do these projects.
The students are offering it. Are they interested to have this project?
Yes. During the course, yes.
Okay. Okay. So every semester you get the ample number of the students to go for this project.
Yes. Next semester, some 100 students are registered.
Okay. That's good. That's a good demand of the course in the students.
Ji, ji.
But it's not a regular.
Some students told me that this is an easy course. So I said, every course should be easy. Why should any course be difficult? So if you think it is easy, very good for me. No problem.
So this is not a mandatory course as IITs.
No, it's an elective.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you, Professor Charan, for your question and getting the response from Veena Didi. So now we have Dr. Aisha with her question or reflection. Dr. Aisha?
Namaste all. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
I rather have a reflection, Didi. I was really impressed by Veena Didi's words. I here would like to share that we actually all are on the journey of transformation, and transformation we can compare to the growth of trees. Like you grow slowly to see actual transformation. Transformation happens like the trees grows. So we as teachers, we are teaching, we say, because it takes time to learn, also to apply. So teaching these teachers actually, we know that as teachers, some students are fast learners and some are slow learners. So it is not expected that transformation happens equally in all. Otherwise, it would have negated education itself. So that is why I say that we are all co-explorers. We are on our journey towards transformation. And just like any product is designed, first the instruction manual is prepared, and then the manufacturing process. I feel these UHV is the right procedure. Whatever we have, the content of the VHV, I felt it's a perfect one to have the path of transformation. So let us all walk on this path of transformation, and the transformation expected to be linear. And I could see that as a teacher. I also have a 23 years of experience in engineering colleges. And I could see, I have also taught that UHV subject in our fourth semester last time. I also could see that there is transformation is seen in students actually, the way the perception, the behavior, it is coming out in their behavior also, and they are seeing the right understanding and the right feeling and the natural acceptance is observed by the students also. And that is all because of UHV. Thank you all. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this reflection. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Aisha ji, for your reflection. As time is over, but still, if brief, I can have a very brief comment from Dalia Chakrabarti ji. Yes, Professor Dalia. Okay, since she's not able to connect, because we have to move on to the next presentation, I would simply say that I hold gratitude for you for that insightful presentation and encouraging journey, because we all are sailing in the same boat, especially with the universal human values courses that we find low strength, but then once they get connected, वो होता है ना karma बनता गया. So it is like one starts with the journey, even if we get 2 students, it gradually adds to many, because they are
Right.
able to see that, internal, their aspiration, what they exactly want. And they find the solutions here, what they had been rushing here and there. They find the solutions within themselves, and that's why they feel like connected to this program. So my gratitude, my thanks to you, Veena Didi, once again. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Hello, am I
uh,
audible?
Yes, Dr. Dalia.
Yeah, I have a simple question. I'm so excited hearing very honest revelation on the part of the teacher who have actually taken this kind of courses. My question is that whether you have found any gender difference among the students in terms of their attitude towards this kind of courses. Why I'm asking this is that usually we find that the students who are males, they consider values as something very feminine. Okay. So, do you find that the participation is a little bit skewed in terms of gender? That
Okay,
would be my
so
question.
yeah, I get your question. Actually, I did not. Quite surprising. Uh, in the feedback session, girls as well as boys, they shared their personal journey. And it was, the boys were more, what do you say? They really opened up. The kind of stories people shared, I did not find. So it's not about the value. See, my focus is more about how you lead your life, right? UHV is about me. It is not about you. It is not about society. I am part of family. I'm part of society. I'm part of nature. So first I need to fix myself, and that will make my life better. So guys are more challenged, let me tell you, than the girls. So if at all it was the other way, the guys benefited much more.
True.
If at all I can say that. So I would go with equal, because we don't tell boys in our society what is right, what is wrong. Girls are told much
True.
more what is right, what is wrong. So
That's why I'm
they
asking this.
yeah,
Right.
so they didn't need too much modification, but too much, whatever. But the boys, they were like, okay, there is a right way of living, and I can live a sorted life. I can live in harmony. I can be myself. And that was like just amazing for them. So if at all, the boys were more receptive, if at all. But I would say that I did not really see any difference. The girls
Thank you.
and the boys, they all had, transformation, and they were all excited. There was one boy in my class who would always stay after the class and sit with me for at least 10 minutes and ask me things like, are you saying that I should only get one pair of shoes? So I said, no, get as many as you want, but you should know how many you want. You can't. So simple things like this also, there's no clarity in the minds of the boys. They are more confused.
Thank you, ma'am.
But that's an interesting question.
Thank you, Dalia ji, for your question and your response, Veena Didi, once again. We are in the practice of dealing with, complicated issues. The simplicity has gone somewhere, it has vanished. So we get entangled into complications. So it is so simple. Once you understand the simplicity and you learn to live it, the life becomes harmonious. That's very true. So now moving on to our next speaker, Professor H.D. Charan. I would like to invite you for your presentation, but then let me introduce you, sir. Professor H.D. Charan is Chairman of National Coordination Committee Universal Human Values and member of National Coordination Committee Induction Program, All India Council for Technical Education, India. He had been the former Vice Chancellor of Bikaner Technical University. So sir is going to have the presentation on very, very, significant theme, role of teachers in implementation of UHV, because they are the pioneers of giving direction to the students. So your presentation is really going to inspire us and guide us through our journey as teachers. Sir, over to you. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Manishi ji. Let me share. Honorable Chairman of the session and all the participants, I'll share my journey at Bikaner Technical University. Of course, I have been sharing this in parts all the time with our UHV team. Certainly, I would like to know the response of all the participants in connection with the role of teachers in implementation of UHV. Before I start, I'll a few minutes I'll take about my start with UHV. It was a time almost 2015 somewhere when I was dean at one of the state technical university, Rajasthan. So I attended a seminar there. It was seminar or it was either I think it was seminar of conference. So where first time I came to know about this value education, and I attended the very first lecture of Honorable Ganesh Bagadia ji, where I has been asked to, since it was a conference, so I was asked to be a reporter there. It was at Ujjain. So very first, Honorable Ganesh Bagadia ji told that, do you want to be happy? Do you want to be prosperous? Do you want to be continuity of both? The first impression I got that this is all very all irrelevant and a silly question being asked to the faculty members, including me. So this is the first reaction, natural reaction I had that time. And since then, I was then slowly came to know about this, what I'm thinking and where I am. Then I attended one conference at Bhatinda, It was, I think, an international conference at Batinda, Punjab Technical University, where I came to know about all about universal human value. Whatever being taught in the conferences, as you know, some keynote addresses are there, and something not in detail, but something is being discussed similar to what we are discussing in this conference. But there I had come to know that this is very important. It's need to be taught to the teachers. Not teachers, I thought this need to be taught to the students. Still at that time, I was feeling that, of course, we all are knowing it. We all teachers are knowing it. And for myself, I was thinking that I know each and everything. I am very good teacher, very good relation with the teachers. I am a warden there. I'm chief warden there. I had been proctor there. So I had a very good relationship. Also, every time having some or other co-curricular activities, conducting various programs for students. So I thought I am perfect. Nothing I need to learn. But some student need to learn this course is very important. Then I tried at my level as a dean academic. I was dean academic to introduce this course at the university. Of course, being a government institution, there's a lot of uh, hurdles. After crossing that hurdles on all the hurdles, not in detail but in part, finally it was approved in board of. It went to the board of management in university. There's a starting from board of studies, then academic council, and finally the board of management. So finally went to the board of management. There again there was a lot of discussion, and finally my vice chancellor, he was convinced that this is good, and this Charan appeared to be a reasonably sincere person when he's pursuing this. This may be a good course. So he finally took the stand and told, okay, it will be introduced. Then people told them who will teach it. They raised a question in the board of management. Then they finally took a decision that Professor Charan will teach it. So I was not knowing anything, but I was there in the meeting. So I agreed, okay, I'll teach. So in the board of management, decision was taken that this course be introduced, and where it was mentioned that Professor Charan will teach it. So that's what I am telling. This is how it's very difficult to introduce such a even an important course in a uh, government institute. Anyway, and then that the course was introduced, then I requested our all team to conduct a 3 days workshop at uh, the university, and then teachers were prepared, and the course was started there. So I'm not discussing that journey when I was a teen, but this is the situation I'm telling you. Then after some times in 2018, I got the chance to become a vice chancellor. Now my domain, of course, certainly increased. So I thought now first work which I wanted to do at a time of when I was a dean, now it's a time I'll start. So it was April, I took the decision that this course will be introduced to on engineering, and not only on engineering, slowly it will go to from BTech to MTech, then MBA, MCA, hotel management, architect, and whatever courses are being taught at university. This is affiliating university. I had 69 colleges under this university. One college was my constituent college, and other was the affiliating colleges. So I took decision that, but the all content are decided at university level. What is to be taught. So I took decision that this course will be implemented in the next coming session from July. In all the courses, engineering, MBA, MCA, hotel management, every course. So I asked my board of studies. This was, of course, I'll tell you that this Bikaner Technical University was established in 2018. I was the founder vice chancellor, and uh, I had one college under me. So some faculty members were there, and I was new to that place. So, but I had asked board of studies to take up this course and revise whole of the scheme so that this course being introduced as a mandatory course. So whole of all the schemes were revised for BTech, then next year for MTech, MBA, MCA, architect. So whole scheme were rearranged. It's very difficult to rearrange the scheme, as you know very well, because some course is to be dropped, or some courses are to be mixed up. Part of some course is to be mixed with other part. And there's a lot of resistance from teachers, as you know. That one teacher, if I talk to the government institute, if one teacher is teaching one course, he will not like others that his course be dropped. Even he will not be ready that his course will be shifted to the another semester, from even semester to odd semester or odd semester to even semester, because he has a set stream life that in even course semester I'll teach this course, odd semester I'll teach this course. If sequence is changed, then whole routine of his working will change. So no one is ready. So it's very difficult. But here I, of course, act as a administrator, and I took the decision that it will be introduced. Or, of course, slight resistance finally for board of study that did a lot of exercise and did it. And on the higher level, academic council and then board of studies, of course, I being the chairman of that, I did everything that was finally decided. So I thought I did very great work, very, very important work I did. I was very happy that I did. After some time, I realized that who will teach it? And during course, I feel that this is not so much important and so much to feel to be brave that I have introduced this course. Who will teach it? Until and unless teacher is capable of handling this, having undergone the course, having realized in his life, in his behavior, in his conduct, then course will become a joke. It's meaningless. That time I remember that Supreme Court has asked that environment will be very important, so this will be mandatory course. So environment was introduced as a mandatory course in all the academic institutes, arts, commerce, science. But no one was sincere to take up, and that became simply a course to pass out. So environment remained as it is before that course and after that course. So I thought this will not be fair that this course also have the similar fate. Then I decided that let me have a workshop the teacher. That time it was only offline workshop. Generally in summer and winter we had a time, faculty had a time, and the resource person also had a time to take up the courses, as you know very well. I requested our central team that you give me time that I wanted to have one workshop, 8 days workshop at my place, Bikaner. So finally, of course, it's what decided in summer vacation that workshop, 8 days workshop will be conducted.
Charan sir,
Yes,
have we moved on with our slide or we are on the
I'll
first?
move. I'll move.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll cut down the story. Of course, this story is very important because without this story, that
Yeah. This is,
whole
I could get that you are putting up the background. So, because somebody in the chat, they wrote, they thought that we are not able to move the slide.
I'll move.
Yeah.
I know I'll move. And so finally, that it was decided that workshop will held 8 days workshop at Bikaner. So here again, you are aware on faculty members, those who are faculty members, they are aware that during summer vacation, everyone has gets own schedule to enjoy the vacation. So who will attend this workshop? That too in summer, that too in the very hot place at Bikaner. Then again here I of course passed an order that all the faculty members are required. So of course there was resistance, but we have started the course. In the opening session, I was there. Then after opening session, when I came back to university, I asked my dean to be there. Then dean was staying there after lunchtime. After lunchtime, that some faculty member rang me up that large number of faculty members are staying outside. Only few number of faculty members are inside. They are listening the course. Then I went back. I remained there for full day. Then on the next day also I remained there. Because we all faculty members in general had the impression that what a course, seminar, or the conference, simply we go in the first inauguration session, then come in between, then finally come to the closing session, have the certificate and go. This is the general impression a teacher is having. But this is the course, this is a, as you know, it says one statement starting from one to end, that everyone is required to listen it carefully. So 2 days I had to fight in the sense I had to be there for, stay there full day. Then after 2 days, the teachers uh, thought that, okay, it appears to be good, let's listen it. In between, I'll let you know what is the situation of the relationship and situation among the faculty members at our institute, so that how changes has taken place that can be appreciated. One example I'll put it. Of course, I'm putting it so very critical many times. One faculty members, very senior most faculty member. He was second in the college, second senior most faculty member. So very first day of the course in the evening, he rang me up at 9 o'clock. Sir, I will not attend this course. I told what happened. He told I feel insulted there. I feel insulted to be with all junior faculty members, and that too learning about the values in this age. And all the young faculty members are telling that, sir, you are such a senior faculty members, number two in the department, you will remain here, and vice chancellor is only for the smaller time, he'll go back. Now he is teaching you values in this age. What value you don't have? You have every values, we know you very well. So I will not attend this course. I convinced him for at least half an hour. And finally, I requested him. Here, of course, I convinced him, requested him that you be there for 3 days. After 3 days, you feel that it's worthless to be there, you come. 3 days he was there. Then on a third day, he told me that I was never thought that this is what we are required to learn. I never discuss anything with my junior faculty members. Slightly never talk in that manner which is required to be talked as a person, as a human being. And that too, the place where we are working is a non-transferable job. We will be whole life we will be together. Even though I haven't had the idea of the how to live with a human being, idea of the relationship with a human being, to the extent which this course is taking. So this is one example. This is a situation I am telling about. Otherwise, other situation, if you are those who are from the government, should knowing very well that if I constitute one committee and put 2 person together, he will tell I will not work with this person as a member. I will work, but will not work with this member. So this is the situation with these faculty members about the relationship we are talking of. Similar to what one faculty member, he came to me and asked the permission to go to attend a conference near Jaipur. I permitted him. I told you will allow to go by train or a bus. So he was ready. Okay, I'll go. But I was knowing that he has to have a place where 40 kilometers away from Jaipur. Another person also came and wanted to attend the same conference. I also allow him. I thought they have to come the place from Jaipur is 40 kilometers away. They have to take taxi and it will be difficult for them. So I asked my account persons whether I can allow both of them to travel by a hired car, go to workshop for 2 days there and come back. Okay, he told me that if both going together, we can allow. I issued an order that they'll go by car rather than go by bus or the train. Once this order was issued, the first person came to me, sir, what you are doing? I will not travel with this person. Both from the same department. Either I'll go by bus or the train or I will not go. After some time, another person also came and he asked the same. So this is the situation of the relationship among the faculty members. Now you can realize if this is the situation of the relationship among the faculty members, how can they teach this course, not only to teach this course, how can they impress upon the students, how can they relate with the students to the basic concept of the course based on relationship. So this was the situation where I started this course, new university, new vice chancellor, new people, everything new, and started with all the courses, BTech, MTech, MBA, MCA, PR, PE design, and so on. Finally, I established a cell at the university level and asked all institute to have a sale at their own institute so that they monitor the course. And it was covering almost half of the Rajasthan. So some nodal centers were also created, and in full swing, this course was started with full spirit on my side. And of course, some teachers also were undergone this workshop, 8 days workshop from my institute and some other affiliating institute. So this course was finally started with the spirit which I thought to be, of course, not to the extent which I thought, but started at least. So this is the state where I started this course. Then, of course, after that, I felt that issuing order and asking that to attend a workshop, one thing, but I haven't had attended any workshop. So I thought this is not fair. At the same time, I thought once I haven't had a complete idea about this, I will not be able to impress upon the people, or I will not be able to convince the people to the extent which I required. Then in the winter, next coming winter, there was a 8 days course at IIT Kanpur. So I, along with my dean principal, we went to the IIT Kanpur having had 8 days workshop. So I was still, I remember this moment, and of course wanted to mention also, mentioning regularly wherever, because this gives me pleasure, that I was second sitting vice chancellor after Professor Rajni Sarodaji, who went to attend this course, being there for 8 days. It was 8 days course that time, started at 9 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the evening, mobile switch off. Only during lunchtime, there's an important message or important call you can refer. So that was a good experience I had. And so we had this course, my principal and director was also with me. So there, not only me, then principal director, they also got idea this is very good and we need to have it. Then continuously, the large number of the workshops were conducted for other faculty members, because this is a university covering almost more than half of the Rajasthan. But during workshops, the teachers felt that this is very important. They realized that not to only to teach the students, but it's also very important in terms of learning themselves for their life, their happy life. But when we do at the institute level, college level, our principals are not that much responsive. Of course, they are doing it because you, as a vice chancellor, are issuing orders. They are doing, but they are not doing with heart. So then I conducted workshop for principal, 3 days workshop for principals. Uh, Professor Kumar Sambhav was there for 3 days. So after 3 days, all the principals were very happy that this is really, really good, and we will do with full spirit. There they also expressed one complaint that, sir, we are also very ready and very happy to have this, and our faculty members are also ready, but owners are not ready, particularly for private colleges. So then I also pursued on honors to attend our workshop somewhere else. So that way, this whole environment was in favor of UHV. So here again, I'll tell you that to teach the student, faculty should be ready. To provide a suitable environment, principals should be knowing about UHV, and to provide a overall environment, that vice chancellor or the owners, they should be very much familiar about the UHV. So for this, the only solution is to conduct workshop for them. For every problem, I find the solution that to conduct the workshop, let him, he or she to pursue he or she to go through the workshop. Once he or she go through the workshop, he start exploring it. At least will not say no, it is useless. We need to go it. Whatever efforts he can, he may do more effort, less efforts, but he will not at least object it. So only solution for this is to conduct a workshop, to ask the person to at least once go through the workshop, whether starting from the vice chancellor, dean, director, principals, faculty members. So this is the solution. This is what I learned out of this. This is what. Now, very important. That's what I wanted to tell here. The importance of the teacher, the role of the teacher in effective implementation of the concept of UHB, or for that matter, anything, anything. Because whatever policy is decided at the policy level, at the ministry level, then secretary, chairman, and say up to vice chancellor, they comes in the say in the apex body. Whatever is being decided by the apex body, and of course that is to be decided for the students, so that this, from a student they will that will go to the next generation. Now in between these two, there's a faculty member. Now, effectiveness of that scheme or that course or whatever is being decided by the apex body depends upon the efforts of the faculty members. The commitment of the faculty members, the learning and imbibing that course in their own life, that is very important. So here, of course, I want to give the real example that our faculty members, once they have started learning, I as a vice chancellor was never said anything no about USB. If someone asked internally, sir, I wanted to do this thing. Okay, I'll do what facilities you require. If you require some funds, I'll arrange it. If you require the help of someone, I'll arrange it. So this is only my contribution. But faculty members realize that this is very important for us. At the same time, while they will uh, interacting with the student, they also find that students are also very happy to learn it. So they were very much excited, very much impressed, very much encouraged. So a group of around 25 faculty members, they thought that we'll develop ourselves and develop to the next level of teaching. By that time, it was March 20. There was a story up to March 20, and that was a time of COVID. So for 2 years, this was happened, and it was COVID-20. During COVID, on the very first the March 20, then everyone was at home. Everything was almost closed. Even market was also closed. All the institutes were closed. My faculty members, we had an online meeting, generally talking about the problem of the students, how their courses will be completed, when their degrees will be completed, just discussing, but no solution was initially had. Later on, it was a solution in terms of online courses or then students were also worried what will happen to them. And everyone was giving the examples that your career will be lost, you'll be 1 year late, you'll be 2 year late. Sometimes this type of information was always there on around. So my faculty, those faculty members who had undergone the workshop, almost 25 or 30 faculty members, they asked me that we should conduct a workshop for the students. Whatever we are conducting for the teachers, we should go and have the workshop, online workshop for the students. I asked them, it's not so simple, even to have a face-to-face workshop. So it will be much more difficult to talk to the student online. They thought, okay, we'll prepare first ourselves and then, of course, try. Then they started preparing themselves, presenting among themselves, asking the questions, and our central team was also helping, having handhold and promoting them how to do it. Then some faculty members become ready and they started first workshop for the student, online workshop. It was almost 150 students. And after 5 days, it was very much encouraging. We share the sharing of each and every one. I also listen the sharing of students. Then the second workshop, third workshop. And it was so popular that more than 8,000 students were undergone the workshop. Here I'll tell you that this is the only efforts of the faculty members because they themselves got motivated that this is important, this is our prime duty, and this is our real duty towards society which they are required to do. And that 8,000 students, and they thought that each and every student of this university shall undergo the workshop and will conduct a workshop for them. Then later on, of course, this number was also increased and they conducted workshop almost on. So in addition to the regular course, mandatory course, they conducted workshop for the student during COVID and even after that is what continued. So that can possible only because of the commitment of the teachers. So here I wanted to tell that the role of teacher is very, very important. This was not their duty that they conduct a workshop during the COVID time online, but they took it up. And that was a very good result. Another impact of this was that since students were at home, we requested them that you can ask your family member to join the workshop. They also joined the workshops. They participated in, and we listened the sharing of the family members also. I'll give one example. One faculty member who was also associated with this and not taking the workshop, but he was uh, doing help in the background. So his mother was listening that. So end of the workshop, his mother also share his feelings. She told that I was not knowing why my son is teaching and how he is teaching and what is performance there, how whether student like or not. But after listening this workshop, and my son is of course participating in the form of a facilitator, I feel that he is doing a great work. I'm very, very happy that he's doing a very, very great work and he is at right place. So this is one example. Of course, similar lot of examples. This is one example. The mother of a faculty member was very much satisfied that is what his son is doing. Similar to that, a lot of uh, sharing from the students also there. One girl, he was a medical student, and of course, his brother was our student, so she was also participating. Then at the end, she shared that I was very good daughter of our parents. I am very sincere, very humble to all, doing helping each and everyone. But after undergoing this workshop, I find that there is a lot much more to learn how to live. And my job as a doctor is much more important in terms of learning UHB and then having the behavior accordingly. Because I had a great domain where I can use this UHB concept in my life, in my behavior while dealing with my patient and so. Similar to one student, I had given the very interesting sharing that while workshop, he asked one question, the teacher, that one of my uncle, he is a civil contractor. He is earning a lot, and at the same time, he is spending a lot uh, in terms of giving to some needy people or giving some food to someone and like this. So, but
5 minutes left, sir.
Only.
Ji.
Oh, anyway, I'll conclude in 5 minutes. So he told us, of course, he's learning by the way that may not be fair, but he's doing the some good work after that. So he told, is it fair? Okay. Teacher explaining this one should earn by fair meanings and so on. At the end of the work, so the same student shared that, sir, madam, I was whatever I was telling as this, I was only asking in the name of the uncle, but I took the civil engineering because I wanted to earn the money by that unfair means, and now I realize that I was very wrong. So that's one of the very important finding that student what they are thinking in the beginning and after undergoing the USD workshop, how they will feel. So this journey continued, and the efforts of the teachers were so impressive that they decided that our college will go and take up one school. So then they took that one college will take up one school and start this USG program. I talked to the director of the school. He was very happy that you are taking this course. So one college, one school was taken, and they were working with the school children, school teachers was also happy. Similarly, this higher level courses were also introduced, and I was doing grading ranking of the college every year. So some weightage was given to those who has conducted this workshop, UHV workshop, how many faculty members has undergone the workshop, so on. And the very important part I wanted to tell that every year I was giving ranking that this institute, giving numbers. This institute obtained this much number, this much number, this is first, second, third, this is A, B, C. But we had been doing such a manner that there was no complaint. Otherwise, those who are first, they will be appreciating. Those who are at lower, they are always complaining it, but there was no complaint. This is only the very important effect of UHV, because we are working with this concept, but of course, considering all parameters, their facilities, but they had the belief that people who are doing with the sincere effort, so haven't had any complaint. So this is all because of our faculty members who were doing it. As far outcome is concerned, of course, relationship among the faculty members, they had improved a lot. They never complained they will not work together. They never complained that I will not work in this committee or that committee. So such a journey I had. Of course, I am stopping it here. Here, if anyone wanted to ask, I'm here.
Thank you so much, Anand sir. I mean, I appreciate your sincerity, of being so responsible as the head of the family. So here it came to my mind, a single drop creates ripples, and together we can transform the ocean. And you took that responsibility to first create that ripple and then work on to transforming the ocean. So I owe gratitude to you, sir. And I can see that many of the attendees are able to relate to your challenges, your efforts, and achievements. Because those who are in this path, they find challenges. But when we listen to each other's journey, it motivates us and inspires us. That's very true. So I'm thankful to you, sir. And now I would like to invite our chairperson, Neola Dias, to come for her remarks and observations, her reflections that would add value to it.
Thank you, Manishi ma'am. And Sharan sir, congratulations. And I was just listening
Thank
to
you.
your journey, and I was impressed by your perseverance, by going through all the different committees to get the syllabus approved and to implement it. Also, it was how the journey was, how you oriented the faculty members and allow them to attend this program. You yourself attended first, and during pandemic, it was and you took an opportunity to uh, to invite students to attend this program, and I was so impressed by the number. 8,000 students attended the program, and also it was your openness to invite the family members to attend the program. That was a great I admiration for. I feel I just admire that thought process you had to invite the members in order to, like, the spreading the goodness not only to the students but to their families. And also I appreciate your so much efforts and giving importance for this UHUV activities and reaching out to family students and family members. It was a great achievement, and among the not only students but it was with the faculty members, and they you made faculty members to can understand that how came to a realization. It was like enlightenment for them that it is important to promote the human value, universal value, human values in the society rather than only educating. So that it's a great achievement on your part to enlighten some of the staff. And also it is your humility, sir, that I would appreciate, that you are acknowledging the contribution the faculty members have done. So thank you and congratulations. It was a good opportunity for me to listen to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Best of regards. Ji.
Thank you, Noela Didi, for your observations and reflections. Very encouraging, very encouraging. So we have 4-5 hands raised, sir. Let's quickly take their questions or reflections. So firstly is Vala Ramathi R. You can unmute your mic. Yes, your mic is already unmuted. You can speak now and interact with sir. Vala Ramathi ji. We are not able to hear you. Yes, till then, Professor Rajput, your mic is also unmuted.
Yeah, namaste, sir.
Yeah,
Firstly, hats off for you, sir, VC, sir, because the amount of tremendous efforts that you have put. My question is, very simple. As you said that in your talk, that faculty are the fundamental, person who will carry forward all these concepts. Lack of personal conviction can hinder the effectiveness of facilitation. I want your remarks on this, sir.
Actually, I feel that we have to realize and let faculty members to realize that they have a larger responsibility. You are not simple employee. That is the role of a person who had the key post as a vice chancellor or the dean director principal. They should make them realize that you are not a simply teacher, go and teach the students and it's a simple job you are doing. You are shaping a future generation, generation of coming. So that way, if they come to know this, then they realize that, oh, we are doing such a great work. And this, of course, very is difficult to come in this current work, and that's what this UHG is becoming so much popular. So that's the only work I did. I realized that this is important for teachers. The role of teacher is very, very important. It was always important, not this time, always important. One teacher can do a miracle. Chanakya has done the miracle, we know that job. So one can do the miracle. So
Thank you, sir. Thank you
this
for
is
your
what
response.
I had been doing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Rajput. Now, again, I'll ask Varanamati ji to, if he has his connection in order, you can ask your question.
Namaste, Manishi ji.
Ji, Raju bhaiya, namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, Charan ji, and namaste,
Namaskar.
Veena ji.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Veena ji, your presentation was very outstanding.
Very
Veena
true.
Bansal ji.
I don't see her. She is there, but
Ah,
video is
okay.
not on.
But please pass our
Yeah, she
greetings
is
to.
there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful presentation, Veena ji, and Charan ji. आपका presentation भी बहुत बढ़िया था.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thank you
very
so much. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in spite of your eye situation, Veena ji.
I know.
You know.
Yeah.
This is your love that is showing through this effort.
Thank you so much.
This one. Thank you so much. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste भैया.
जी जी नमस्कार.
Namaste, Charan ji. Charan ji को तो हम लोग अभी will hear Charan ji at the
Yes.
closing also.
Oh, yeah,
So we
yeah,
look
very
forward
true.
to that.
But then I
Okay.
want to ask a question to Charan sir. Charan sir, when you joined the university, you met with encountered so many challenging situations where even the faculty members were not, conducive, and the environment was not conducive in terms of relationship. So asking somebody for any task became difficult. So had you not gone through UHV proposals, had you not explored these content, how would have you handled all those conditions but then?
Honestly speaking, I was not systematically putting this as a proposal because I was not knowing UHP. But UHP is a systematic way of behaving. But at somewhere I was knowing that this is important. One should do sincerely with relationship with the people. It can work. So for an admission, there will be two ways. Either go and issue the orders. If they don't work, issue the notice. If not work, issue another notice and so on. This is one way. Another way, if you talk to them and try to convince them. So I took this second way. And I was, of course, the first vice chancellor. So people don't have any my background as the idea what he is doing. Just everything was open for me and for them also. I hope it was the miracle of USB that could succeed everything, and I could do it.
Yes,
That was the power of USB that I could all the 3 years I was happily got done on the work, which otherwise vice chancellor had to do either with the relationship or with by dictatorship. One has to do. But I was able to do it by relationship. So this
Yes,
is all
yes.
because of UHP.
Yes, that is more important that we could understand ourselves and then on that basis understand others and come out with a relationship based work environment. So very nice, very nice.
One example, of course, for relationship I want to convey. I want to share that
Ji.
on the last Kumbh at Haridwar, so I decided to go to Kumbh. So my wife also said, I'll go. I said, Kumbh, so I'll also join. So we two were going by our car. So driver was there. Then I thought that when my wife desired to go to Kumbh, so driver wife may also be desiring it. It's a Kumbh, it's a very important occasion. So I asked my driver, if your wife is desired to go, she can also accompany. So we all four went together by the same car. My driver and wife sitting in front, we are sitting at back. We went to the Kumbh, stay there for 2 days, come back. So that the example is very difficult for an administrator to have, a vice chancellor to have. Like.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. Very inspiring journey, actually, I would say. So now it's time to, close, though we don't want to feel like listening to you more and more, you and Veena Didi. Even I'm thinking of visiting Veena Didi's organization and then seeing actually how hands-on sessions she is having the things at her hands. So that would be a wonderful experience for me as well. And many
You are welcome. That's very doable, very doable.
yeah.
I'll share the schedule so that you can come and actually set through some of the
Sure.
session. Sure.
Yes. So as we have just heard, each of our speakers brought forth, rich experiences highlighting the incredible impact that value education can have on students, educators, and rather entire communities, I would say. These experiences remind of one thing, that the journey toward a humane society starts with each one of us through intentional practices, committed institutions, and a shared vision for a better world. And this is what we are doing at present in this session. But then before we close, I would like to extend once again my deepest gratitude to our speakers for their openness, insights, and dedication to the cause of value-based education. Your stories have truly inspired us, providing practical pathways that we can all take back to our institutions and personal practice there. So thank you to our wonderful audience as well for their thoughtful questions and engaging throughout this session. You have actively participated, and this is what makes any of the session meaningful. So finally, we conclude this session and let us carry forward with whatever we have learned here from here today. Thank you very much. But then I look forward to see you in the last and the closing session of this 3-day international conference, pulling down the curtain to open the new avenues, new ventures for us to move on with our mission or the target of a harmonious society, harmonious world that we want to see around. So thank you once again, Nyola Didi, Charan sir, Veena Didi, all the volunteers, the anchors, volunteers, dignitaries, whosoever is present. Once again, my thanks to everyone. Yes.
Thank you, Manisha Didi. Thank you.
Thank you, Nyola Didi.
Thank you so much. And
So
thank
we can
you,
now
Sharon
close.
Didi, and all of you for your great sharing. It was very insightful. Thank you so much.